Within its elongated shape and weighing around 8.15 ounces, Diadem fortifies the Icon Infinity Pro with cutting-edge technologies, superior paddle performance, and feel. At the heart of the matter is the combination of a 10mm open cell polypropylene core surrounded by Diadem's outer dual foam core, which increases power, stability, and overall comfort. In addition, double grit surface technology bites the ball for superior spin potential and harnesses the substantial power of this paddle. Replaceable edge guards add to the durability of this ergonomic design, and an extended handle ensures comfort for both single and two-handed shot makers alike. Players who demand innovation, quality, and performance from their paddle will find the Diadem Icon Infinity Pro to be a most reliable on-court partner. For these play tests, I really enjoy being on both sides of the paddle, playing with and against it. I know we spent a lot of time on court testing it. I would say this new Icon Infinity Pro definitely complemented my game in certain aspects. Just kind of curious what your thoughts are, Britt.
Well, I've always been a big fan of Diadem paddles, play tested more than I can count, and I have to say this one is no exception. I really enjoyed playing with it throughout the whole play test. First thing I noticed though was I actually had a bit of an adjustment period, not too long, about 1 hour. Normally with the Diadem paddles I can jump out within a couple minutes, feel very comfortable, but I really was able to unlock the potential of this paddle after about an hour. And the one thing that surprised me, actually the main thing that surprised me, was I was expecting a lot of power out of this paddle, and I felt that the paddle gave me a good balance of power and control, maybe even leaning slightly towards the control side. What were your thoughts?
I concur. I was expecting, just due to the construction of the core and the dual foam outer core technology, that you get a little more pop off the paddle. I definitely agree it's a versatile, kind of an all-court paddle with maybe a slight lean of the meter heading towards control and precision. I did have one more question for you. I know that handle's sort of long at about 5.5. You have the two-handed backhander. How does that work for you?
Well, I'm always looking for paddles that have a little bit more space for me to hold, and this one just barely fits my needs. I was able to get both hands on it and able to execute my two-handed backhand, which is my favorite shot. I like to hit it way too much, but I love it anyway. Not as long as the 18K Power Pro, which probably is my favorite paddle out of the Diadem bunch. That gives me great leverage and reach, but this one is perfect. And I also want to comment, I always look at the kind of build of the grip, and I'd say this one is premium with no complaints.
I would say I agree. From tip to grip, it gives you pretty much a premium feel, dots all the I's, crosses the T's for all those aspects of superior performance. I would say overall, I prefer elongated designs. The challenge I had came on serve. I just feel like, although the narrower span across 3 to 9 is better for speed up volleys, that little lateral instability, less twist weight, but I felt on serve I was digging a few balls into the net, and like you said, it did require a little bit of an adjustment period, and I definitely surmounted that, and I really began to enjoy serving from the backcourt, returns, ground strokes, everything, and in towards the net. Due to it kind of having a slight lean towards control, I really felt it shined in close to the net for any dinks, resets, blocks, and of course my favorite shot to hit, speed up volleys.
When I look at a paddle, I always look at whether it's maneuverable or stability, where it kind of falls in that category. And another place I found it ended up right in the middle, maybe slightly towards maneuverability. Thought it was a nice maneuverable paddle, really great up and net with those quick reflex volleys. Still had plenty of stability for my needs, didn't have any issues. What do you think of the spin potential?
Spin potential, well, I'm gonna say it was outstanding, and we did test this paddle quite extensively, and I haven't noticed really any diminishment of the friction surface. Very spin friendly, put a great bite on the ball, whether you're slicing, corkscrewing, or top spinning it. I figured we should call out the nice replaceable bumper guard system as well, which is truly replaceable. You can buy these aftermarket and easily install them, so I thought that was a really cool aspect of this paddle, adding to its utility.
You probably listed my two favorite things. I thought the spin potential was great. When I first picked up the paddle, you can feel that grit surface, and I think, and you can confirm, it lasted throughout the whole play test. I didn't feel like I had any dips in spin potential. Really loved getting that ball to dive at my opponent's feet or hit some fun, as Mark likes to call them, crangles. And durability for me is another really important part of the paddle. I am harder than I'd like to admit on my paddles, and so I'm definitely scuffing up, and this one, I really like that ability to change out that head guard if it gets too scuffed up. kind of similar to a tennis racket really. And so although I've seen a little scratches, I do have a lot of left on this first bumper guard. So really high marks there for Diadem.
Agreed. Overall, just a great package, very fun play test. I can't say enough about the paddle overall. If you like elongated design with kind of like a combination of a thinner 10mm polypropylene core surrounded by that foam, definitely gives you a sweet size, sweet spot. Just a very easy to swing paddle for me for any part of the court.
Yeah, last thing I want to say is I wanted to talk about the feel with some of the other Diadem paddles. My favorite one, which I mentioned, the 18K Power Pro, the Edge, I thought that this one plays a little bit softer than that. So that was maybe also contributing to my adjustment period. But overall, great for intermediate to advanced level players. And I think that wraps up our review of the Diadem Icon Infinity Pro. For more information, please check us out at pickleballwarehouse.com or down under at totalpickleball.com.au.